Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Levels of True Women with Real Talk. And today's topic will be a broken woman and what makes a broken woman. So, ladies, what you think makes a broken woman?
Well, I think a broken woman or person is anyone who have experienced things in life that hurt them or changed them in a way and they didn't allow the proper process of healing or maybe didn't know how to heal themselves before moving forward into relationships, new jobs, friendships, everything is about impacted from experiences in your lifetime.
A broken woman.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of things, pretty much to sum up exactly what Chinita said, there's a lot of things that can break a woman. It depends on how that woman is, who she is, how she's raised, and how she sees things in order to get over being broken. I think there's a time in our life where we all have experienced things to where we can consider ourselves as being a broken woman. The thing is, if you know how or if you're capable of fixing yourself is a question. And those are some of the things we want to talk about today. We've been talking with a couple of people who gave us some stories about themselves and some things that they've been through. And we're going to actually talk to them a little bit later on. But as for now, I want to get a couple of opinions of, my fellow peers here. One of the things that we wanted to discuss, or somebody wanted us to discuss, was how a broken woman is operated sometimes by men, which seems to be a huge topic that everybody wants to know about. One of the things is, and I'll use this in reference so you know exactly what I'm talking about, because some people will say, well, maybe she don't have this or maybe she don't have that. So we'll use in reference somebody who I think is a good person, inside out, body-wise, mental, physical, intelligence, and successful, who is one of my icons, who is Beyonce. Okay. And she has an incredible husband who is also Jay-Z. So the question is, if someone was to have some type of infidelity, say for instance, if Jay-Z was to have an affair on Beyonce, or how would Beyonce, deal with it? Should she accept it? Why would he cheat? And then why would she accept him back when they're both in such a good position? Why would such thing even occur? What would be the problem?
I guess my thing in the, well, of course, Jay-Z came and said he had things happen that he hadn't healed from, that made him numb to the fact of other things that he didn't take into content when it came to their marriage. Mm-hmm. Now, as far as her, I would consider her a broken woman because she chose to stay with her husband, because I guess your ideal of marriage or the value that you put into it ultimately depends on you and your upbringing. So some people can work through things. Now, me, myself, my question has always been, how do you get past a broken trust? Because my thing is, at that point, a trust has been broken.
It has.
So, and I know people who have been able to mend and walk away, but that's not something I have accomplished myself. When someone breaks my trust, and I have tried, I have went to counseling before with my ex to kind of see, okay, can you rebuild from the point where you had faith or trust in your significant other, and they chose to walk away, and because of the love I had, I still wanted the relationship, but something in me, which maybe comes from my dad, I blame him for everything, didn't allow me to complete the process. And I really wanted to know, and I asked several, including my friends, how do you get past the part of someone doing this and rebuilding and being back to normal?
That's the question that we're trying to find.
I don't know if you could. I don't know. I guess it takes time, and you gotta work together to build that trust again. But I don't know if it's just once you forget that person, you kind of got to leave the past in the past, depending on the situation. But at the same time, in the back of your mind, you will always think of that situation like, because you feel that it happened once, so it can happen again. So
that's where I'm at. Is it an acceptable moment, or do you just say no, get out of here?
I guess the question would be hard for me because I'm that no get out of here type person, and I don't want to be that person. But I guess I feel like I haven't came into the path where most people have, where you can just say, and I forgive. I'm not even upset about it because honestly, and it's crazy, and maybe that's my thought cycle. I felt like maybe something was wrong with the other person who did it, and I can't blame you for something you did. But I that's the strange part about me.
And that's the question. It's like you think that the person who cheated, created the infidelity, maybe they have a problem. But then the question that we're trying to get to with what they say is a broken woman, it also could be a broken man because a woman can cheat on a man as well. But if you accept that person back into your life, are you lowering your standards? Are you just accepting? Are you settling? Or like, how do you?
I think for a person to be broken, it has to be something with repeat offenses happen. I don't think you can necessarily say, "Oh, you broken because you was cheating on in different relationships." Time. You know what I'm saying? If you accept your husband back and you guys are rebuilding, then that's ultimately a good thing because you shouldn't.
Husband? What about just girlfriend and
boyfriend?
boyfriend?
Oh, well, girlfriend or boyfriend, even long-term relationship. If you accept that person back and both of you agree to move forward and you attempt to do it, I think that is perfect. Broken to me would be a person who is okay with accepting, knowing that my significant other would not ever be faithful to me, or my significant other would come beat on me, and I gotta have the everything to the public, and I put on a facade that everything is fine. Mm-hmm. I think something is broken inside of all of us if you continue to feel like that's okay to be that person for him. You being something for him. You're not even doing it for yourself.
So you feel it's a broken woman or man if that cycle was constantly repeating?
Yeah, I think everyone can experience one thing throughout life, and you're not considered broken. But if you're making excuses for why you're allowing yourself to be mistreated or stepped on or belittled, then that is broken to me. But again, who am I to even say it's broken? I just would, being in this position from the outside, because I don't know what stemmed you to stay in it, I would be the person to say, you might want to look deeper and see, why do you feel like you deserve this? Why do you feel like it's okay to take it? Why do you feel like it's okay to have somebody mistreat you?
What else a person gonna experience?
And that's the reason, right?
Because what we probably see it on the outside looking in is, this woman broken. She know that this man is constantly doing this or this woman is constantly doing that, and in her past she done experienced way worse than what we see her experiencing now. So she might feel that it's nothing like what she used to go through, even though what this person is doing so it's not right.
So it's a step,
but
a step better than what you had before.
Right, but it's still not right.
Well, I do know we have a couple people that we're going to speak to on the subject. Ultimately, at the end, I would want anyone to realize how important you are to yourself. Not so much as to the person you're in a relationship with. And that's why ultimately I think in any relationship you should have time for yourself. Even with your kids, believe me, I'm a workaholic. But I'm learning throughout life that I need to take time for myself. So every now and then I can go on a trip or I mean, pop up and say, hey, everyone, let's go catch a show. It don't fit with everybody's lifestyle, but losing my brother, who was he was young, but he worked like I worked, and his last words was, give back to yourself. Don't just give it all to everybody. And when you think about that, think about it in a relationship or in life, period. Everything we do is not for yourself most of the time. You're doing it for the next person. So sometimes that lady or male that's taking that constantly person cheating on them, they still feel like they're doing something for their partner, not even thinking about themselves. Well, I'm just staying with him because he needs me right now. If I leave, who's going to help him? He needs me right now to make sure he gets to work. But he's misusing you at the same time. So, yeah, something is broken inside of you to feel like you constantly have to fix somebody else and not yourself. It's okay to be, others may say it's selfish, but if you not ultimately fix yourself, you cannot do nothing for anybody else.
And I think that has a lot of truth to it, and that's kind of what we're speaking of, and that's who we're calling right now. One of our guests that we're going to speak to on the phone, who can give us a little insight on how a man kind of was doing things to a broken woman, and how he was able to have his way with her and do things that we ourselves don't think we can do.
Yeah, hung up.
So we're trying to get her online now. A little technical difficulties here.
No, she's just an iPhone user and I'm a Droid user, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Hello?
Hi, Sasha. How are you?
I'm fine with you.
Okay. Well, we were just talking here. We tried to call you like 2 times, okay, and it didn't go well. But now we got you online. We just wanted to get a little input on the situation that happened with you. We were talking about broken women and how men can sometimes control them and have them doing things that we don't even know if they recognize that they're doing. But you can give us a little insight on your story. We would love to hear it.
Sure. Well, I was dating a guy who turned out to be cheating what she thought was a committed relationship, but of course he didn't. So, after I stopped talking to him, she ended up contacting me. And she was okay, so we talked or whatever, and she ended up eventually, like, coming on to me. And I didn't even think it was something that she wanted. I think she was doing it more so because it made her feel like she was closer to him or something. It was really weird, but she had been through so much with this man, like he had broken her.
How long were they together?
Still with him. How long were they together? 16, 17 years.
Wow. And then you came into the picture, and where was she at? They were broken up or what?
No, they were still together from what she said, but he never let on that he was with anybody.
Right, so he was lying to you, but she knew.
She knew about me, yes, she did. She even told him to bring me home to her and that type of thing, yes.
For both of you,
She knew about me.
He told her to bring her home she told him to bring you home for him and her.
Yes.
So let me ask you, why would you think that's broken? Because that sounds more like an open commitment.
No, it wasn't that. She the one that told me that she told him that. And she was saying that the reason she told him that was because she felt like she was losing him. So to not lose him, she was willing to do whatever.
Oh.
Whatever it takes to keep him with her.
So she felt like he was leaving her for you, so she said, forget it.
Right.
Just bring her.
She'll take
We're
her
just
too.
gonna make a whole
Oh,
family.
wow. Okay. I get what you're saying now.
Yeah.
So with her speaking, being a woman, with her calling you and revealing this to you on the phone, did you then have a conversation with her as far as
Why was she
what is
allowing him to do this?
what is this going on?
We talked, she gave me a lot of insight about him or whatever, but I found out later that her phone call failed because they had gotten into it, and after they got into it, she saw that he was calling me. So she reached out before he could get to me.
Wow.
So did she ask you to stop contacting him? I mean, because if I'm reaching out to a person that's in contact with my significant other, it's gonna not be to be your friend. It's like, leave him alone. You're causing problems.
No, at this point, I wasn't in contact with him by the time that we talked. We were over, but
She didn't know.
He was trying to get back to her. No, she knew because he was back with her.
Oh.
He wasn't seeing me anymore. But I guess they had got into it, and once she saw that he was calling me again.
She felt
Maybe
like he
she touched base with me to see if I was talking to him. I don't know, but
that's what it was.
it was the reason for it. Yeah.
She was trying to see. She initially thought he was gonna run right back to you. So basically,
Right.
he has a out.
But she wanted to be a part of it.
That was her.
Right. I didn't.
That
I'm so thankful that I escaped
that was a
situation.
sick call for. Again, now that's somebody that probably is broken on the inside because you're willing to even go to the extent of sharing him just to be okay with having him.
Sharing him to be a part of him.
And she is sharing him. She later told me that he does this type of thing all the time. She knows it, and she allows him to come back home.
But
I mean, she knows
did you ask her why?
She couldn't tell me why. She just said she was in love, but that's not my idea of love.
No, that's deeper.
So was she?
I think she don't love herself. I think it's possible for a lot of women to love a man more than they love themselves, so they accept whatever, just to say that they're in love, even when it's not that.
But this is my question. How do we know she's not in love?
I wouldn't put it past her that she loves him, and
But what I'm saying is, even though when you're in love, though, like, is she hurt? Like, you speaking like she's just saying, let's do, like, did you hear the hurt? Did you think she was hurt, or?
Yeah, she was hurt. It was one point, like, she was talking about hurting herself regarding the way he was doing to her. Like,
So that's definitely a broken woman.
and it goes back to what I was just saying, that something stems in a person upbringing or life that will allow you to feel like it's okay to be at this level. You just said this lady talked about taking her own life because this man was choosing to move away from it.
Well, she valued his life more, like Sasha is saying.
It's not value his life more. It's kind of a scary
She
life.
loved him more. Without him, she felt
It's
like she was
she
nothing.
needs him for something inside of her. But if you don't know her background and what makes her, there's no way that we can even help.
So, Sasha, what type of person was she? Was she an upbeat person? Was she?
She actually was. She was a pretty cool person. She was upbeat. She was positive. Well, as positive as she could be with the situation going on.
Did she have children?
She had to.
Wow. So I wonder how that affected them. Like, how was this life? I don't know. I just
Sometimes kids don't even. We may not think they see the light, but they don't see deep into. I know they wasn't sitting there while their mama was calling another chick saying, "Why you with my daddy?"
Okay.
So she probably didn't show that part. I guess the scary thought to me is, what if one day he do decide to leave? The craziest things is sometimes we feel like another person has a life like me. If I'm going through something, I know I can pick up the phone and call a friend. She is talking to a complete stranger on the phone, and I'm asking her, did you help us all? Because I just feel like, and I guess this was my whole thing going forward in life now, that I wish you can be a woman to reach to another woman and tell me it's okay. Dear, something's wrong with this picture. Let's not talk about him today. Let's talk about you. Why do you feel like it's okay to have this man in your life and you tell me you have been through this repeatedly to keep doing this? What is it with you? How can I help you? Let's push him to the side. How can I help you get to this point to not be this broken woman? And Sasha, you felt like you felt really bad with the situation.
I felt bad for her in the situation.
Right.
The whole thing that happened, it wasn't that I hated her. I didn't even know her.
Right.
It was like he was so animosity against her because he was the culprit. He caused all this damage. That's why when she called me, I didn't really trust.
And that's why
and it's good because women usually always go after that woman instead of that man.
right. And that's what I'm looking at. It seemed like
But they
Sasha
able to
felt
talk
like I be
about
feeling like I want to
the
help this
situation.
lady
I
not
think
be
you
in
guys
this
don't know the whole
situation.
story. I actually talked to Sasha and got the whole story. I think she did try to help her. She did reach out and tried to have a couple conversations with her and tried to counsel her. But from what I got from Sasha was this woman was really deep into this man and there was no turning her around.
Right. And what do they help someone? They have to want the help. If they don't want it, then
I agree.
that's why she's still with them.
I agree with you. And it's sad and scary at the same time. You know, the scariest thing is today you can turn on the news and see somebody on took their life just like that. And if you so happen to come across
that man life.
Yeah, or get to the point where they take his life and hers.
So Sasha, I just want to say, you know, when she did call you and tell you these things, now I'm looking at it from my point of view. How did you stay strong? How did you get away from him? Because obviously he has to be like some type of womanizer or something. So I'm guessing you must have been strong enough to not let this penetrate your mind. Like, aren't you grateful? Like, Jesus Christ.
I'm so grateful. When I got that phone call, I was like, Lord, thank you for, oh my goodness, I was glad I escaped that. Oh my goodness.
So you got too far in.
And even with that saying too far in, maybe what made you walk away from him? Was there a reason
I was
for
just
her?
going to ask you to give me characteristics of this guy, because
Let us know what to watch out for.
You make it seem like he was a scary guy, but for him to actually pursue these relationships, what attracted you to him? Like, what is it about him that won you over?
The way he portrayed himself, like he's able to conform to whatever he thinks a woman needs. Like he's able to switch roles and be it. And for me, he played a role. I found that out by talking to her. He definitely played a role.
Yeah, they usually know how to do that. He sounds like a womanizer to me.
He is.
Those are men that can sit back and they can watch women and see what they do is, as my daddy used to say, you find out how a woman operates. You find out what moves her. You know, you look at a woman like a robot. You know, a robot moves with batteries and things of that nature to help them go. But if you look at a woman, you figure out what keeps her going, what motivates her. And a womanizer, a man that tries to do that to a woman, what he'll do is he'll take the things that she loves. He'll use those things and give them back to her step by step to help her. You know what I mean? So I get it.
You know something? I laugh and I agree because when you have your father in your life or brothers like mine, that's something similar to what my brother has shared with me before too. Is because I was telling him how I can go out, and once a guy found out that I had kids, they would present themselves as, well, I'm looking for somebody to settle down with and get married. And the funny thing about it was, I wasn't looking for nobody to settle down with or get married at that time. I was just actually looking for somebody to kick it with, you know, hang out. So
I want you guys to know that TT is not crazy. What happened is my daughter's bird is flying around and she's afraid. So we're gonna try to keep going and just hope that he stays over there, because if he comes over here, we're gonna lose TT. And I definitely don't want to do that.
Sasha, you can't see the visual, but when you watch the show, you will.
Calm down, child. The bird don't want you. But anyway, Sasha, I wanted to thank you. Is there anything else you would like to add? Is there anything that you want to say to any woman that you think that is broken or is allowing a man to operate her like this? Because you shared your story with me, and I thought it was a really horrible story. I really did, and I really felt sorry for the woman. And I really didn't know a way to help or even to help. And I know you tried, but right now she's still going through this. I mean, what would be something you can tell a woman who you see in this predicament that is broken, maybe not even from what the man did to her, but maybe from something previous from her past, but now it's allowing her to go through this with him. She then came across someone who sees that and they're doing this to her. Or it's something even more important, like she's been in this for 16 years. Like, does she even see a problem with it? Is she happy? I don't know. How do you address that? Or what would you say to a woman?
I think healing things broken comes from being healed, but that's not the love or anything to anybody else. You have to start it from inside yourself. And you have to love you enough to know when to let go of something that's hurt you.
Okay. Well, I do want to thank you for sharing your story with us. And like she said, I think it's the same thing. You have to know your worth, as Chinita didn't want me to say.
Hey, we can't classify everyone's worth. You can't.
Yeah.
You can have someone that go work at McDonald's every day, feel like they're worth 100%, and they are, because you don't know their story. So that's the reason I didn't want you to say know your worth. Just love yourself.
We'll talk about that on the later show. I'm gonna let her have it on. Love yourself. But anyway, thank you all for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and follow us. Thank you.